Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Darksage Walker, and I am going to be doing yet another build recommendation. I've actually gotten a good number of them over the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to start trying to kind of plow my way through them as best I can. This one is one of the more interesting ones, as it is going to be using a lot of Arcana that follow a very similar trend. Surely by now you can already see where this is going. So, we are going to be doing all Phantoms. As you can see, the idea is that it just summons loads and loads of Phantoms to my side to lay the smackdown. Now, I'm not 100% sure which relic I want to start with. Yes, I am. That doesn't seem to be doing as much as I would have liked. Now, the trick here is that these are all generally kind of low single damage attacks. So, honestly, I kind of want to stick with the Monocle. Some of the other ideas that come to mind, of course, though, is I could start with the eyeglasses, could use the Mercury Sandals for repositioning. Like, I don't want you to think that the only good relics to start with are just the ones that improve your damage in some way. No, that's simply something that I like. But that's hardly the only way to go about things. Curiously. Actually, I think I do want to go with that. Because this basically just allows me to send out a third Phantom Rogue. Alright, I think we have our build. I'm not going with the Shadow Robe this time, but hopefully we all understand. Is there anything here I care about taking? Now, I've heard people say that the Catastrophic Codex just makes runs ridiculously hard. And considering that I'm kind of learning more so the ropes of the different Phantoms, maybe not this time, but I might try it with a build I'm more comfortable with. That way I'm not, putting myself completely on edge. Alright. So far so good. And I know there was one of you that was saying, how do I get Phantom Company to work? And really the answer is you send them out and have them shoot arrows at people. Sorry, I don't know what exact specific advice you're looking for on that one. But yeah, I had been playing around with Phantom Company for a bit. I don't know, I rather like it actually. But then again, maybe I'm just an unsophisticated cur who can't appreciate, the finer things in life, like Arcana that are literally broken. Because I don't necessarily look at things from a best possible DPS or, an impossibility for your opponents to react sort of way. Well, to be fair, I kind of do. Sorry about that. Not sure I want any of those, actually. I mean, first floor Anchor of Burden isn't exactly the strongest pick in the world. And you know, with the cooldown not being that long on Phantom Company, it seems like it works just fine. I don't know. But I suppose it also kind of depends on your proclivity towards offensive or defensive spells as well. So far, this is looking pretty solid. Yeah, looking good. But we'll take that just to give myself more options a little further down the road. Oh, technically that counts as movement. Funny. Oh, and bouncing bubble. Oh, now we're starting to get somewhere. I also do see Airborne Slam there, but I'm gonna wait. Sorry, mate, but you got nothing against my army of phantoms. Perfect. Well, not really. I took damage, so it wasn't perfect. I mean, what in this world is legit perfect? Yeah, trick question. The answer is nothing. And let's call on the gang. Yeah. Alright. So let's remind myself of what's coming up. Wind and then fire. Well, that kind of cuts Airborne Slam out. I don't know, I'm not really being, like, I'm not really, like, seeing, like, a super huge investment payoff for just about anything there. I am going to take the Anchor of Burden after all. Because I'm definitely going to be trying to earn other cursed relics. Preferably, of course, we're going to be going for Crimson Clover. I made it stupid there because I wanted to use the mages. So what you end up with this particular build is something that's actually very good at controlling space, because you've got things just flying all over the place. Arc Sphere. That's a maybe. Same with Thunder Drop. Explosive Charge. Oh, no, because Seal is going to resist that damage, and it's not going to burn her or her minions. I need to keep thinking. If I buy another Arcana, I might end up going with Thunder Drop, but it's also not exactly imperative or important that I do that. Now, the only thing I'm not super keen on with Phantom Order there is that it fires in the same direction as you dash. I mean, I guess you can't have literally everything, but it would be nice if there was a way to control which direction it fired in other than just which direction you dashed. Like, this would once again be a good time to talk about why can't controller players aim with the right stick. And keyboard and mouse players get to aim with the mouse, so why don't we get an independent aim? Again, not that I'm like making a super huge complaint of it or anything. I mean, obviously I was able to do enough with my way of playing to beat Super Sura, so it's not like I'm at a huge disadvantage or anything. Let's see, what do we have? Yeah, I have one movement Arcana, that's not going to help. Ugh. Why is everything poop? Now, let me buy that just to... Okay, well, we've got plenty of defense, but now I need more offense. Sir, you're not helping. But I am going to end up taking the Alchemist Stone. It's just a matter of, am I really concerned about being at 998 Chaos Gems? And this is going to sound like ridiculous min-maxing, but assuming that I can... Assuming that I get either Jade's Chakra Locket or the Jewel Tiara, then I want to make sure that I've got maximum bonus from those. And yes, it is ridiculous min-maxing. I'm aware that one gem isn't going to make that much of a difference. But it's the principle of the damn thing, you know? By the way, another thing that I'd like to point out is that even though the Phantom Company doesn't last as long and the arrows don't do any more damage than the Phantom Brigade slapping the crap out of people, there is a bit of a difference in that the very first volley of arrows that they fire actually does do more damage than the rest. So that kind of makes up for what seems like less damage by having one shot that does do actually more damage. Just a little something to think about there. There we go. Oh, perfect. And I'm just going to move on. That's strawberry lemonade, baby. lovely little phantom fight there. I do not care about Firewall Sam, I am. So while we're all here and just kind of enjoying this nice little phantom project run I've got going on, I figured this would... Well, I mean, I have to take that. There's, like, no choice. And I might be back for the heavy travel jacket. It's a little bit awkward to have so many defensive relics showing up, but at the same time, there's merit to being harder to kill. So I had someone in a YouTube comment actually recently asked why I wanted to put so much focus on metal for what I'm doing with my special series. Because to them it seemed a little bit odd that I would want to focus on that instead of something that people like more, like, you know, like their recommendations were like do like jazz or pop or something. It's like, well, I mean, part of the problem with that is that that's kind of exactly the point. It's not what is going on here. Maybe that's exactly why I need the heavy travel jacket, because apparently just everything is against me right now. And in a sense, I can see where they're coming from. Like I said, in a sense. I'm not sure how helpful that's actually going to be. I do see my bubble slaps over there, though. And that could potentially be super useful, especially since it will give me a shield once it's upgraded. Plus, everything else in my arsenal is essentially a get-off-me tool with Cascading Blitz, or Bubble Slaps as I like to call it. I've got a pass to fight in something closer to melee range, and I think it'll work out. Okay. Alright, sorry, I'm starting to notice that I'm kind of losing focus a little bit here, so I'm trying to pull it back so I don't end up prematurely failing this run for being an idiot. Thank you very much, sir. So like I said, in a way I can kind of see where they're coming from. It's doing themed runs based only on metal seems a little wonky and unfair at first, but I definitely had my reason for doing that. It wasn't just to be like, oh, screw other forms of music. And I wanted to talk about that because, to me, the whole Wizard of Metal idea isn't just, you know, some goofy thing that came out of nowhere. I actually really like metal music and wanted to talk about it because part of it is I think metal music gets an unfair stigma, at least where I'm from. And yeah, we're gonna get that heavy travel jacket because I am just kind of getting my butt kicked. And then we're gonna grab that too. Yeah, 2 rooms just devastated me. And if you ever wanted to know, hey, Dark Sage, what rooms do you really dislike? Well, the last 2 rooms just completely ruptured my asshole, so... that should give you an idea. But no, where I'm from, metal gets a very bad stigma, and it is not helped by bands that seriously just work with the philosophy of heavy is best. Like, it doesn't, like, in order for it to be metal, it doesn't necessarily need to be as heavy as possible in order for it to be good. Which, by the way, that's part of the reason why I was down on Crystal Lake when I reviewed that song. Like, it doesn't... like, that is just a sad misconception about metal as a genre. There's a lot of good that has come out of metal as an art form. And you can see that when you, like, when I went to see that, when I went to the show on Wednesday, the one where I got sick, a lot of the artists there were American artists. And even though metal is a form of music that gets basically no respect here in America, you could tell that they were having a good time. They were doing it for the art, not necessarily because it makes them the most money. And I'd also like to point out that I don't disrespect other forms of music. There's just something that I really like about metal, and that is essentially quality of instrumental. And to put that into slightly sharper relief, I'm aware that other forms of music tend to focus on different things. Such as, I'm not a big fan of rap and hip-hop, but what they focus on is more so the vocal side of things. Now, what rap tends to get a bad rap for is that almost all of the songs are about kind of iffy subject matter, but I think that speaks more so to the artist and not to the form of music itself. Because there are rappers out there that perform about different subject matter rather than just, ghetto life and, being a gangster. Because you see a lot of artists go hard into that gangster mentality and glorify that lifestyle, and for a lot of people that doesn't do it for them. Now, to be fair, for a lot of people it does. I'm aware of that. That's why it's a popular form of music. But a lot of it falls into the same sort of, like, I don't think I have the right words to describe it right now, mostly because I'm just kind of not thinking clearly. Also, I've now run around in the same circle like 3 times because I'm super smart, y'all. There we go. So I like the idea of the vampire's eyeglasses because I am scoring lots and lots of hits at all times. But Do I prefer that, or to get a relic from Dr. Song? Okay, locomotive I don't care about. Hyperbolic train. I'm gonna pick it up mostly because I'm hoping to be able to use it as either mimic food or to sell to Cremire to boost my Helm and Dagger combo. And I think definitely want to donate to Dr. Song. Not just because I could use the health boost, but also because she could give me something really good. She didn't, but she could. No, I mean, critical heal, that is such an odd term. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. Take that back, and we're off. But now, to broaden the focus, rap is a much more vocal style. Then hip-hop is essentially the same thing, except for a little bit more of a dancier flair. Pop music, you got me there. I don't know what they're doing aside from abusing psychology and algorithms just to produce something that'll sell. There you go. That's fast menuing, baby. Yeah, I'm not taking that. But what Metal tends to focus on is on the instruments themselves. So yeah, the vocals sometimes, not always, but sometimes take a backseat to things like guitar and drum solos, which tends to happen a lot of times. And that's honestly kind of what's expected. Here, drop the pandemic pouch for merchant's card. And when I have the money, I will drop probably the train for the pendulum, which interestingly enough was put out on sale, so yeah. Oh, you will suffer my wrath as soon as I can lock you down. Thank you, Bubble Slaps. Now to momentarily refocus on that whole thing about the stigma against metal music, I'd like to point out that this isn't just me making some stuff up. There actually is a stigma against metal music. At least in America there is. During the, I want to say it started in the 70s, but definitely during the 80s, there was something going on called the Satanic Panic. And for those of you who don't know what that is, well, first of all, I don't blame you. It was just this It was just as ridiculous as it seemed, but basically there was this huge worry that there were certain things out there that were corrupting influences in society, things that were literally turning people away from the God of Christianity and literally towards Satan. And for a while, metal music was part of what people were against, and very specifically, bands like Judas Priest were cited in that. And again, you can kind of see where they're coming from. I think part of the band's name is literally the disciple that betrayed Jesus to the Romans. So it's not that I don't understand, I just don't agree. Ooh, and the analytical monocle. Ooh, we're just getting all the good stuff today. Oh, Fire Fairy, damn it! Oh, I would give up these evening gloves in a heartbeat for Fire Fairy. Alright, well, there's basically no chance I'll get up to 125 volts, but I will definitely try. $20 gold short. Is there any way I can make up 20 gold? I'm gonna guess no, but you know, for Sylvan friends, I'm willing to at least have a look. Oh, Cremire, why couldn't you be there instead of Nox? Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, still 6 gold short, damn. Hey, I don't suppose you have 6 gold lying around, do you? Damn. Maybe behind the coat of arms? I'm typically so thorough when it comes to smashing things for extra gold, but... Sorry, hold on. I have to do what I can to free my fairy friend there. Can't you see that she's in trouble? She's scared and needs support. Iris, do you have 6 coins? Okay, we had 2 coins. Let's start. Nox, do you have 4 more coins? Damn. So, it's almost entirely because of things like the Satanic Panic and people just levying judgment like that, that certain things got a really bad reputation. Dungeons and Dragons was another one of those things that got hit by the panic. And that's why even to this day there are still some people that are like, oh, you can't be doing that, that's not right, or certain people saying things like, oh, it promotes witchcraft and, you know, voodoo and all these other terrible things. Like, that's where it stems from, is unfortunately from my fucking country. And now, I didn't exactly intend to start stoking the fires of religion. I'm just pointing out that factually that is where that came from. And even to this day, it gets a bad stigma just from people saying, oh, it's not a good form of music, it's just loud noise, which, yeah, part of the thing that makes metal music is, you know, the volume level. I won't even pretend like that's not a thing. However, I would like you to tell me who doesn't turn the volume up on the music that they like. So it's okay for anyone listening to any other form of music to want to listen to it loud, but it's not okay for us metalheads? Like, what sense does that even make? But beyond that, the other thing that tends to throw people off is the lyrics to metal songs sometimes get really dark. And it depends on the band, it depends on the subtext of the song, but again, I don't think it's fair to say, oh, because the subject matter is a little dark or sometimes even really nerdy. Let's be fair, because these are, by all rights, artists looking to share what they love. And it's just really strange to me that things that are commonplace, because I mean, a darkness in the lyrics isn't even uncommon for other forms of music. But it's a bad thing when metal artists talk about things like, I don't know, death or addiction or something like that. I mean, I'm sorry, not everything in the world has to be like happy, fluffy Disney times. Which is part of the reason why pop music to me comes off as just so fake and incongruous to anything. Because most of the songs are all talking about the same things. And to me, it just doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. Are there any other relics that I want? I mean, Captain's Ring would be damn near pointless. I do like the idea of the family seal to boost my signature rate. There we go. And by the way, none of this that I'm saying is meant to be like a personal attack to anyone or the form of music that they enjoy. We're all allowed to have things that we enjoy. And just because someone may disagree with your take on that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to enjoy it. Alright, well, that got a little crazy. Part of what I wanted to combat by starting the Wizard of Metal series, well, let's be fair, part of the big reason why I wanted to do it is because for me it was fun. Because when I first started doing Wizard of Legend videos, part of what I had praised the game for is just how many different options there were, even though not all of them are necessarily equivalent options at all times. There's the possibility of doing so many really interesting things with what's available to build with. And I had said that I could probably use what's in Wizard of Legends to emulate characters from other games. And now I've just taken that to its logical conclusion and building runs based upon things that aren't even characters at this point. You know what? No, I'm just sticking with it. And that was a big part of the impetus, is that I wanted to bring back a theme run thing, but I wanted to do something more with it. Nice. But the other thing that I wanted to do is help people understand that metal is more than just loud music and electric guitars. Like, there's actually a lot of different forms of metal out there, and unfortunately, because of negative American stigma, the type that you tend to hear the most is what's referred to as screamo, which is just play as hard and heavy as heavy and fast as possible, and basically just constantly scream and growl your lyrics. I'm sorry, but that's not the form of metal that I like. And one of the more popular bands here in America that tends to do that is a band called Hatebreed. And first of all, aside from the stupid edgelordy name of the band, I'm sorry, the music to me just is... I mean, it's as blah as it can possibly get. I hate it. And I think it's sad that that's what people here in America associate metal with, when there's so much more. There's power metal, there's thrash, there's symphonic metal, there's all sorts of types of metal out there that have more in common with more traditional musical forms. Bands like Powerwolf, where the lead singer is actually a traditionally trained, I believe he's a full-on trained opera singer, but he loves metal. Like, there's so much more out there like that if you just broaden your horizons, and that's what I really wanted to show, is metal can be more than just growling and noise. So hopefully that helps answer a few questions and give you guys a little bit more perspective as to why I'm doing this. If you're just fundamentally against the idea of me doing this in the first place, then me saying this probably isn't going to change your mind. But I implore you to try coming into this with a more positive mindset, be willing to be open, and see for yourself what you think. Keep in mind, I haven't submitted a single Hatebreed song, and the one band that came in that was, really popular, that did the same thing, I didn't like it. And I will continue to review songs that are from bands or genres of metal that I don't like. And I will continue to explain why, because I think it's important to have an understanding and to not be closed-minded. I may find something that I like that I didn't think I would. You might find something that you like that you didn't think you would. I think it's important to be willing to share those experiences, and that's what I'm doing. I want to share something I love with you guys. Why? Not because it's like a weird, power fantasy thing, or not because, I have a captive audience. Clearly I don't. Those videos tend to be some of my least viewed videos. I do it because I love doing it. And hopefully that gives you a little extra perspective. So, that's enough for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you coming to spend some of your free time with me and listen to me ramble. Hit me up on my social media, links to which will be in the description below. Um, Check out the Wizard of Metal poll. Every week I put up a poll with 3 different songs that I could build theme runs for and discuss the history and lyrics of the song during the video. I do that every week, or at least try to, and it's always there. So I like to hear from you guys about it, though. I'm not just going to choose a song on my own, because that would get really samey. That's why I want you guys to submit things for me and vote on what you want to hear about, because I want to hear from you. So this is getting long-winded, and I apologize. But again, thank you, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, do the usual YouTube stuff, hit up my social media, and I will catch you guys in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you